Hey everybody, it's Eddie J on crypto for growmybag.tv. I hope you're having a good one. So there's a lot to get through. I couldn't get through everything on the crypto minute, but we'll try to cover it all here and now. So first up, Jamie Dimon thinks that there is a 65% chance that there is going to be a global recession. That's actually huge. Right? And what he's calling for is for the Fed to not begin the rate cuts until after June. Remember, there are supposed to be 3 rate cuts starting in June. But he thinks we should wait a little bit and then see what the CPI numbers are and see what other economic indicators are so we can be better prepared in case there actually is that global recession that he's expecting. What else is up? Well, you have CPI numbers that are coming out today, and the forecast is for 0.4% upward change. If it goes beyond that, below that, that's going to have a massive effect. So we're looking for those numbers. And those are the last numbers before the Fed meeting next week. Unizen, Bitcoin, it's a DeFi protocol, and they got hit with a $2 million hack, which is kind of a big deal. You kind of want to pay attention to that. One of the reasons why I tell people that, I handle my transactions. When I'm done, everything points back to one of my non-custodial wallets. Why is that? Centralized exchanges don't have insurance. So why would you leave your money there? See what I mean? And, I've mentioned this before, but I think people might have forgotten. I'm not going to leave my money on any kind of exchange or a significant portion of my money on an exchange unless it's purposefully done because I'm going to handle a couple of transactions. Other than that, everything is stored on my non-custodial wallets. That way I'm in control of my security, right? I have my keys. So even if I'm holding it, on a device, there's a remote, but you know what I mean? I'm holding it on a hardware device. If I lose this hardware device, I still have my keys. This is what I'm paying attention to. This is what I try to share with you guys. This is what I share with my kids. So yeah, it's dangerous out there to have, and that's a distinct difference between banks that must carry insurance up to $250,000, right? I think it's still $250,000, and for exchanges that don't have to carry insurance. That's why when all these exchanges shut down, your money is locked. So that's not something that's necessarily understood, but now you understand why, one of the reasons why I don't keep my money on exchanges for all too long. And that $2 million hack, well, it's not the first one. It's not the last one on DeFi protocols. This is why I also watch out for DeFi protocols because, yeah, it happens. DeFi protocols are way out there in terms of who wants to get hit. There you go. Bitcoin developers have created a foundation to actually create a BRC-20 standard. That's actually a really cool deal because they're thinking about, well, how do you handle this on a go forward basis? It's the same thing I do, with my team, with the global team that we have over at the Metaverse Standards Forum, because it's all about creating standards so everybody can operate in a known environment. Right. So that there is interoperability. There are standards for doing certain things so that things flow better and work better. So I'm really liking that idea that the developers came together to do something like that. That's huge because they want to maintain simplicity, safety, and decentralized governance. I'm just reading part of my article. So yeah, it's a big deal. And, you should be paying attention to that. I know that there are a whole bunch of people out here that are talking about, oh my God, Bitcoin hit the new high and blah, 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 blah. Please understand the fundamentals. Please understand, the smaller things that are going to happen, and don't just look at, the market going up as one great big fat positive and everything's going to go up, because that's not the way it works. That's why I deliver news. That's why I keep my nose in doing research, keep my kids' noses in doing research. Why? Because those tiny little things make a difference as you move forward. Right. So 2 senior Binance executives, I told you a while ago about this whole Nigeria thing that's going on. And it's not over a small amount of money. It's over $26 billion that might have been used for illicit transactions. And it's untraceable. And that's why they're being held, because they think that Binance had a hand in it and wasn't just a platform. So I told you I'm going to keep up with those developments, and I have been. So for the past 2 weeks, those people are being held. That's just nuts. The Thai SEC says that high net worth individuals, right, wealthy, and institutional investors can invest in crypto ETFs. And that's kind of a big deal, because the more countries that open up their countries to ETFs, the more activity there's going to be. Again, I keep telling you, there are a lot of people that want to reap the reward of being in crypto, but don't actually want to deal with crypto. Those are investors. And so they need vehicles, and those, the ETFs are the perfect vehicles for them to be involved in crypto without actually having to deal with crypto. Interesting. But that means that, the whole idea of crypto going down after the halving event, Bitcoin going down after that, this is what I mean by adoption. This is what I mean by, we're treading in waters that have never been tread before. Right. And all the other bull runs, it was still an underground thing. Institutions were like, blah, 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 nah, nah, nah. But now you have institutions from around the world that want to be involved. This is why I pay attention. These are new times, definitely new times. Then you have MasterCard. Now think about adoption. Then you have MasterCard saying, well, we've got Web3 payment services now. Say what now? That's right. So now you'll be able to do things with your credit card that will be that can be tied to your crypto. That's huge. Now, I have to take a look to see how it actually works. Like, so do you have your crypto wallet, and it's sort of like having a debit card? You've got an account, it's got money in it, in this case, crypto. And then, so now you can subtract from the crypto to handle this transaction. And so MasterCard handles the conversion, I guess. I have to go, like I said, I have to go look at the technology, but MasterCard handles the conversion and then pays the vendor. From a technical perspective, from a man-in-the-middle perspective, I think it's still painful for stores to actually be involved in something like that. And the reason why is because stores, so if you pay your credit card late, you pay a fee, right? Just for accepting credit cards, stores have to actually pay a fee on every transaction. So if they're getting paid in cash, it'll be, whatever it is in fees. So not really an advantage to them. An advantage to a store would be, let me just accept crypto. And in which case my company can help you with, setting up your website, setting up all the QR codes, everything else for whatever cryptos you want to actually invest in or accept payment in. And so that's why I want to get into the MasterCard thing. But MasterCard could be, just knocking on the door, just scratching the surface on massive adoption. So I am paying attention to that. That's both as a technologist, a business owner, that's in that space, building e-commerce sites, that kind of thing. But also from a consumer's perspective, right? How is that going to affect the consumer, and how are they going to educate consumers? Because right now, Web3, that Web3 payment services, okay, they're going to sell that to the stores, but then they're going to come after people like us that are a little bit more knowledgeable than the regular everyday Joe. Just saying. So I pay attention to that. And then you have Grayscale. What the heck, man? Just so massive outflows while the crypto market cap goes up to about, 2.85 trillion. That's huge. That's huge. They're still the largest out there, right? So they have a long way to go before they drop too much. So I'm not all too worried about them. At some point, we'll get a handle on what, Digital Currency Group is going to do with the shares that they have, what Grayscale is going to do with the shares that they have, as well as the rates, the fees that they charge. They could be experiencing massive outflows just because they charge 1.5% in fees, and everybody else. Van Eck said, hey, we're going to charge 0. For right now, we're going to charge 0. So yeah, that's what they're looking for right now. So I sit back and I just go, wow. So to me, Grayscale's suffering because they want to suffer. I know it sounds kind of harsh, but they're suffering because they want to suffer. They must want to suffer, because how are you going to charge 1.5% fees while everybody else is way lower? Now, a lot of the fees that everybody else is charging are temporary fees. So once your initial 6 months or initial time period ends, what are the fees after that? I would not know because I'm not buying into that. Straight up, just not buying into that. So, if I want crypto, I'm going to go get it myself. I don't need anybody to go grab crypto for me. So I had considered, maybe I should put my crypto in there, but pay a fee for what? For something I can do myself? I'm good. Now, if I was kicking up cash and they were going to invest it for me, and they were saying, well, on average, we get like 40, 50%. Oh, okay. I might consider that one. But crypto space? Yeah, nah, I'm not having it. I can do it all myself. I can win by myself. I can lose by myself. And I do enough research that I don't win. I don't win all too often. And I definitely don't lose all too often. I come out usually in the black. I usually come out ahead. But that's because I keep my face in the news. I keep myself educated. I don't know everything. That's why I keep researching. Really, I think the key to success in crypto is going to be continuing education. I think that really is the idea, is that if you keep yourself in the news, keep yourself in the know, not only will you see things go up and down, but you'll understand why they're going up and down, specifically what is going up and down. And you might be able to first foresee, well, oh, that's going to go down. Let me get out. Or that's going to go up. Let me get in. Let me sell after it kind of peaks. After I think I see a peak, I'll sell a little bit then. I never sell anything or buy anything all in one chunk. I buy it in bits and pieces. And the reason why is because I'm using even a smaller dollar cost averaging idea that, while I'm buying, it might pull back a little bit. So I buy. Even on the upstream, it might come back a little bit because nothing goes up in a straight line usually, right? It's a rare occasion that something goes up in a straight line, which is why I think about that. Then you have Solend, which is a DeFi protocol built on Solana, but extending to the Sui network. What? So what I'm expecting to hear after that is going to be a whole lot of interoperability for that protocol on both those platforms. That's what I'm looking for. So I'm looking for more to go into that. Something else that I'm paying attention to is law enforcement in Poland is going to be able to block your crypto accounts for 96 hours. So block your crypto accounts for 96 hours and freeze your funds for the same 96 hours. Now, how can they do that? Well, they would have to know the addresses. Right? Think about this. They have to know your wallet addresses. And if you happen to be on exchanges, have those exchanges be working with those exchanges to freeze everything. Now, if they don't know your addresses, how do they freeze? So there are ways that they can do this, but there are also ways to evade. I'm not going to get into either one because, just not. So that's what I'm looking at right now. Anyway, you know what we should do? That's right. We should get into the numbers. And look at that. I remember the GMB in the bottom corner. It's amazing. But yeah, let's get into the numbers. And let me refresh this because I haven't refreshed it since I started doing the video this morning. Alrighty. Come on, let's click it one more time. That's it. It's refreshed. All right. So let me just make everything wide enough. All right. So from here all the way down, that's a lot. That's a long list of losers. Stacks is down 6%. Helium is down 6%. Let's see. Fetch AI is down 7%. Zai is down 8%. Loopring, a name I haven't heard in a long time, is down 8%. Let's see who else I'm paying attention over here. Gala down 10%. That's a big pull. WIF is down 12%. Again, big swings on these meme coins. So pay attention, please. Be careful when you're doing everything. And on the winning side, obviously, everything was up a bit yesterday, was still up today, but you kind of come down to this 6%. VThor is up. Cool, not a big deal. Flow is up, 8%, not bad at all. Injective is up 9%. Let's see, XRP is up a whopping 11%. That's bigger than what people think. That's a very big deal. I'm happy about it because I told you I'm holding a little bit of a bag. But that's about it. That's about all that we should be paying attention to right there. And again, we have the CPI data coming out today, and the expectation is that there'll be a 0.4% rise. That's the forecast for right now. If it goes beyond that forecast, no. Just saying. So pay attention to what the news is going to be today. And tomorrow we have PPI. All right. And that's the producer price index. And then you have the fear and greed index at 81, which is not bad. DeFi Llama. This made me smile. $129 billion in total value locked. And I'm sitting back and I'm going, just a hair away from 130. And think about this. It wasn't that long ago that we were down at $50 billion. So, yeah. We're on an upswing, and we could be on this upward momentum for a while. Looking at Bitcoin, 72,105, again, blasting through. We went sideways for a little bit, but it was not quite sideways, right? Then we had a peak here, then a massive drop, but both were just for a split second, and then we just kept going. If you look right here, you can almost draw a line from this piece to this piece and just keep going in the same direction. So right about here, so maybe this weekend, we hit 75 is what I'm looking at. If you draw that line right there, no, I don't feel like drawing a line right there. I could, but I don't feel like it. But yeah, if you draw a line from right here, yeah, you could see 75. If you went down, let me see if I could drag this over. So if you draw that line, right about here, so Friday, give or take. It's possible. It's very possible. So pay attention to what's going on. You know what? Skip it. So if you look at the trajectory right there, you could say this line is parallel. You could say that's parallel to this. So not bad. If I want to move that line a little bit, connect it over here. So yeah, I'm still looking at Friday that we could actually hit that. That's a very big deal. That's a very big deal. I'm going to be paying attention a lot to that. On Coin 360, if you're looking at the big board, yeah, we have some things that are going up. Toncoin is up, 20%. That's huge for those people that are messing around with Toncoin. I'm not in it right now. I have other coins that I'm in, but that's a nice move for that particular network. Not bad. XRP is up 69 to 69 cents. Wow, that's huge. Do I see an opportunity in stacks? Yes, I do see an opportunity in stacks. Right? Doge is down a little bit, but Doge is at 17 cents. SHIB 33. I'm not mad. Those are minor pullbacks. To me, that's just people shaving some profit. I'm not holding any Doge. I think my son is holding Doge. I'm not. I'm holding SHIB, and I'm not touching it. I'm up over 3x on SHIB. I'm up over 3x on SHIB. So my initial plus 3x is where I'm at right now. So that's not bad. That's not bad at all. That's not bad. Was that really 4x? So yeah, I'm not really upset about that, but I do pay attention to what else is going on. So BCH is down just a hair, but I'm telling you, don't sleep on BCH. Don't sleep on BNB. Don't sleep on Litecoin. Look at Litecoin at $98. Just saying, these are opportunities. Flow is up. Now, I tend not to pay attention to FOMO. I kind of use it as a calculation. Well, it's gone up. And when you hit green, you're thinking, okay, people are going to look at that and they're going to want to get in because it's still going green. That's what'll bring it to the darker greens, right? That's the FOMO. And then I'm like, okay, so great, you hit the FOMO level. Okay, let me shave off some money. And I tend to, this is something I do. I tend to shave, not my face. I tend to shave off some profit, and I keep shaving until I've gotten my initial investment out. And then I redeploy that initial investment elsewhere. That's what I tend to do. right? I like knowing that I'm playing with other people's money. The money that I made is found money. So if I take a big loss, because it makes it so that I can hold it longer, but I'm taking out my initial investment so I can either hold it in someplace else, do something else with it, or, just redeploy it back in the same space. Really depends. Really, really depends. Anyway, if you want to look at the list as, just in terms of what's going up, what's going down, here's your list right here as to what it looks like. Ethereum up 77% year to date. That's because it's making big moves over the past few days, really big moves. So both Ethereum and Bitcoin are moving up, right? But at the rate of which Ethereum is moving up more for right now. This is why I pay attention to that. So at 40.40, just saying, that's where Ethereum is right now, 40.40, and you have 7222, 72.220 for Bitcoin. I'm kind of like, yeah, that's not bad. Print screen that, see if I can catch that. Oh, I did, yeah. I just want this number right there. I remember what I said, Bitcoin could actually get to $1.5 trillion in market cap by itself. Yeah, it could get there. A few more bucks and it'll be there. Anyway, this is Eddie J on crypto for growmybag.tv. If you like what I'm doing, drop me a note. Love it. Somebody made note. It was a good suggestion. Make note of, you should actually walk through the article so we can see the articles on the screen while you're walking through them. All of the articles are on growmybag.tv, and I feel like, is that what you guys want? Do you want me to walk through the articles I've already written? Because my notes, I'm not reading the articles to you. I'm giving you a synopsis using my notes. So I'm not sifting through my article. I'm just using my notes to give you what's there, vocally. So let me know if that's something that you guys like. Also, we're coming really close to being able to talk about the class that I'm going to give. What times work best? Should I have two flavors, one live and then one pre-recorded? Let me know what you think about that. Anyway, this is Eddie J on crypto for growmybag.tv. If you like what I'm doing, drop me a note. Love hearing from you. And if you have ideas for me, I love hearing from you too. That'd be great. Have a good one. Bye-bye.